After denying my neighbor's request to let her teenage son store his dirt bike in my garage, I came home to find my car keyed and my tires slashed. She walked over casually. "Boys need space to be free. You're suffocating him." I called the police, but when they arrived, she handed them a video of me edited to look like I hit her son. I knew only one camera showed the full truth, and when I retrieved the original footage. So yeah, the cops took both videos. They didn't say much, just told us both they'd file a report, and someone would be in touch. I could tell they didn't buy her story anymore after seeing the raw footage. But still, they didn't arrest her. No charges. Nothing right away. I didn't sleep that night. I kept going over it in my head. She really tried to frame me. Not just some dumb vandalism, she was ready to ruin my life. If I didn't have that camera footage, she could have dragged me into court, ruined my job, maybe even gotten me arrested. That scared me more than anything. The next few days were tense. I avoided her. She avoided me too, but Zach kept acting like nothing happened. Revving his bike, doing wheelies, throwing trash in my yard. Like he was untouchable. Then it started getting worse. One morning, I went out to get the mail and found a dead rat in my mailbox. That same day, someone left a note on my windshield that said, "This isn't over." It was written in thick black marker on an envelope. No address. No name. The police wouldn't do anything. "Unless you catch them in the act, our hands are tied." That's all they said. So I started documenting everything. I bought 2 more security cameras, one pointed at my driveway, the other at my mailbox. I backed up everything to the cloud. If they wanted to keep playing games, I was going to keep receipts. That's when I made a decision. I wasn't just going to sit back and take this. I wasn't going to let some lying woman and her spoiled son ruin my life. If the police weren't going to do anything, I was going to handle it myself. I started digging. I found her Facebook. Her Instagram. She had a small business listed there, something about holistic parenting coaching and natural discipline. Total BS. But it gave me a starting point. I found her website. It was half broken, full of buzzwords and fake testimonials. But one thing stood out: she claimed to have a child development certification from a local community college. I called the college. They had no record of her ever attending. Interesting. So I made a new email account and started reaching out to her past clients listed on her site. 3 of the email addresses bounced back immediately. The rest? None of them replied. By the end of the week, I was pretty sure her business was a total scam. And then, on a random Tuesday afternoon, I got a visit. From CPS. A woman showed up at my door with a badge and a clipboard. Said she was following up on an anonymous complaint that I'd been harassing a neighborhood child. My stomach dropped. Candace. She actually tried to sic Child Protective Services on me. Even though I don't have kids. I explained everything, showed her the police report, the footage, everything. She nodded slowly and told me, "You'd be surprised how often stuff like this happens. I'll file a note, but you're fine." But it shook me up. She wasn't just trying to ruin me, she was throwing every weapon she had, hoping something would stick. I knew I had to hit back harder. So I made a plan. I wasn't going to lay a hand on her or her son. I was going to go after what she cared about most: her reputation, her fake business, and the lies holding her life together. Because if she wanted war, I was finally ready to fight. I didn't know how far she was willing to go, but after that CPS stunt, I stopped wondering. She'd burn everything down just to feel in control. So I started with her business. She had this Instagram page where she posted videos, stuff like "How to Empower Your Teen" and "Why Boundaries Are Toxic." Every video had her fake soft voice and fake smile. But I noticed something: she never posted client testimonials in video form. It was always a screenshot or quote, no faces, no names. I took screenshots of everything. Then I emailed the state's Department of Consumer Affairs and submitted a complaint under my real name. I attached proof, false claims about her degree, her supposed certifications, and the made-up client reviews. They didn't respond at first. But I wasn't done. I also contacted the Better Business Bureau, local parenting groups on Facebook, and even a few mom blogs that had featured her before. I sent them the same info. A few ignored me. But one group? They posted a full breakdown of her fake business credentials with the headline, "Local Parent Coach Under Fire for Lying About Credentials." It spread fast. Within a week, she turned off comments on all her social media. Another week later, her business website was shut down. The Facebook page disappeared. She knew it was me. She didn't say it, but I felt her eyes every time I stepped outside. Zach was quieter too. No more revving. No more trash in my yard. But that didn't mean she gave up. One night I came home from work and found my back gate open. Nothing was missing. Nothing broken. But my tools in the garage were moved. A box was opened. That's when I checked my cameras. The footage made my blood boil. Zach had snuck into my backyard with two of his idiot friends. One of them was holding a phone, recording the whole thing like it was a dare. They didn't steal anything. They just walked around, laughed, and one of them took a piss in the corner of my garage. I downloaded the footage. Called the cops again. This time, they actually took it more seriously. They questioned Zach the next day, and suddenly, the whole family went quiet. But the damage was done. Not to me, this time to her. 2 days later, I got a call from a man named Brent. He said he was Candace's ex-husband. He told me he found my name through someone in a parenting group who'd posted about her scam business. He asked me straight up, "Is she still using the kid in her games?" I told him everything. Turns out, Candace had a restraining order against him. Said he was abusive. But now he was trying to get custody back because their court order was under review, and he needed proof that she was still manipulating Zach. I sent him everything I had. Every file. Every screenshot. Every second of video footage. He was quiet for a long time, then said, "You may have just saved my son." I didn't know what to say. But I knew this wasn't over yet. Not even close. A week passed without a single word from Candace or Zach. It felt too quiet, like the calm before something worse. I stayed alert, kept checking my cameras, backing up everything. I was waiting for her to strike again. Instead, something unexpected happened. I came home from work one evening and saw a moving truck parked in front of her house. For a second, I thought she was leaving. My stomach actually relaxed a little. But no, when I got closer, I realized it wasn't a moving truck. It was from Family Services of Loudoun County. Candace was standing in her front yard, yelling into her phone while two case workers spoke to Zach near the porch. He looked pale, nervous, like he hadn't slept in days. I stayed on my driveway, pretending to water the grass, but really just trying to hear. She was losing it. "No, you listen to me, Brian, you promised this would go away. I'm not handing over anything. This is harassment. You think I'm scared of your lawyers? I'll take him to Georgia if I have to." She caught me watching and gave me a death stare. I didn't care. Turns out Brent, the ex-husband, had submitted my footage to the court as part of an emergency custody motion. And it worked. A judge ordered a full investigation into her home environment. That's what brought Family Services to her door. Later that night, I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. "I didn't know it was this bad. Thanks. Z." It was Zach. That caught me off guard. The same kid who'd pissed in my garage. I didn't reply. Next morning, I found something sitting on my porch. A small box. No name. Inside was a flash drive and a folded piece of notebook paper. The note said, "You should have this." I'm sorry. I didn't know what she was doing. She made me lie. She said if I didn't, I'd end up like my dad. This video proves she planned everything. I rushed inside, plugged in the flash drive, and there it was. A video, shot with a phone from inside their house. Candace talking to Zach. Coaching him on what to say. Telling him how to cry, how to act scared, how to stay in control of the story. It was sickening. I don't care what the truth is, she said in the video. People believe confidence. If we go down, we do it together. You're not just my son, you're my partner. The video ended with her handing him the fake audio they used for the edited clip of me. I couldn't believe it. She used her son to try and ruin someone's life. I made copies of the file. Sent one to Brent, one to my lawyer, and one to the lead CPS agent I'd spoken to earlier. 3 days later, Candace was arrested in her driveway. The whole neighborhood watched. Zach was taken into temporary care, probably on his way back to Brent. I stood behind my front window, arms crossed, watching the whole thing unfold with no emotion. Just relief. And maybe something colder. But I knew this still wasn't over, not yet. I had one more move to make. After Candace was arrested, the neighborhood fell into this strange silence. People talked, of course. Some neighbors who never gave me the time of day started waving again. A few even came up to say, "I'm so sorry, I had no idea." I just nodded and walked away. I wasn't doing this for sympathy. 2 weeks after her arrest, I was called to testify. It wasn't a full trial, yet, but the court wanted to hear from me directly. I brought everything. The footage. The screenshots. The flash drive from Zach. The CPS report. Even the anonymous threat notes, and photos of the vandalism. My lawyer helped me prepare for everything. Candace showed up in court in a tan sweater, looking like she hadn't slept in days. Hair pulled back, no makeup. She didn't even look at me. Her lawyer tried to say she was under emotional stress and had a history of mental health episodes. I wasn't buying it. Neither was the judge. They played the video from Zach, the one where she coached him, told him how to cry, how to lie, how to destroy me. That courtroom went dead silent. Then the judge asked me a question I didn't expect. "Mr. Hale, do you believe the minor, Zach, was a willing participant in this?" I paused. I thought about everything. The noise, the vandalism, the piss in my garage. The fake video. The threats. And then I remembered the text he sent. The flash drive. The quiet apology. "No, Your Honor," I said. "I think he was just trying to survive his mother." The judge nodded. Noted. That answer probably saved the kid. And I won't lie, part of me felt a little guilty for how hard I'd come down. I don't regret exposing the truth, but I could tell that boy was broken long before I entered the picture. Candace, though? She got exactly what she deserved. The court charged her with falsifying evidence, obstruction of justice, child endangerment, and criminal harassment. And that wasn't all. Turns out Brent's lawyers filed a civil suit against her for years of parental alienation and emotional abuse. The judge granted him full custody. No visitation. A restraining order was placed. She lost her parental rights. The state also opened an investigation into her coaching business. It was confirmed she faked certifications, made up testimonials, and had accepted payments under false pretenses. Multiple families came forward saying she gave them dangerous advice, including telling one mother to stop giving her autistic son medication. She was sued into the ground. Her house? Repossessed within 3 months. Her car? Gone. Her name? Ruined in every parenting group, every business registry, every social feed. As for me, I went through a rough patch after it all ended. I didn't feel safe in my own neighborhood anymore. Even with her gone, I had trouble sleeping. I started seeing a therapist. Told him everything. He said something that stuck with me. Some people don't want control. They want submission. You didn't give it to her, and that's why you survived. After 6 months, I sold my house and moved to Roanoke, closer to my sister. I bought a place on a quiet street with older neighbors who just care about their lawns and their dogs. Nobody's asked to store a dirt bike in my garage. One day, I got a letter in the mail. No return address. Inside was a photo of Zach and Brent, standing on a hiking trail, both smiling. On the back, in handwriting that looked familiar, were just 2 words. Thank you? I stared at that photo for a long time. Then I folded it up, put it in my desk drawer, and walked outside to enjoy the kind of peace that, for a while, I thought I might never have again. And that was the real revenge. Not just that she lost, but that I got my life back, and helped her son find his.